I'm Bruce Blitz, and welcome to Cartooning with Blitz. I'm very excited. I have a rare picture here of the very first cartoonist. And here he is. His name was Bonk Blitz. He was my ancestor. And a lot of people don't know this, but Bonk actually created the wheel. That's right, he created the wheel. The wheel of features, that is, creates all those cartoon faces. And then someone stole the idea and they used it for something like transportation, I don't know, something crazy like that. But anyway, old Bonk taught cartooning back then, and one of the things he taught was how to draw cartoon types. And that's what we'll be doing today, creating cartoon types. And for the feature of the day, Make Paul Tall. This could also be called Stretch the Sketch. And for our doodle trick portion, heavyweight cartoons. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. Now, in the great tradition of my beloved ancestor, Bonk, let's draw cartoons. A lot of people think I look like Bonk. What do you think? I don't know. And his nickname was Bonkers. It's true. All right, let's start our first cartoon, and our first type will be of a father that's very impatient. And we're going to use something called body language on this one. And body language is very important because that also helps to drive the point home. It goes along with the facial expression. So let's start with an oval. And watch the body language on this guy because he's going to be leaning forward. And watch his body. We're going to take a rectangle shape and we're going to bend it like that. And now we'll put his feet in. Now this foot here is going to be up because he's going to be tapping his foot. And this one here is to give it the support, the balance. Now, if you've got that, you've got it made. Right about here, we're going to put his waist, and we'll put a line down the center for his legs, individual legs. Now, up here in his face. Now, his facial expression, this type is going to be angry and impatient. And there's his nose and a big frown. Let's give him big glasses. Now, he's going to be a father type, like maybe he's got a teenage son or daughter here, and he's wondering where they are. And his eyes. Now, so far he doesn't look angry, does he? But you know what makes that happen, don't you? The eyebrows. They really drive a point home. Now, this part here for the glasses. Now his ear. Let's see. We'll give him some hair out the side only. All right. Now, give him a bow tie. Now, his body language. See how he's like leaning forward? Now, what's really going to make this body language work is we're going to have his arms folded. Now, folding arms is a little tricky to draw. So we start with one arm there. Now watch. Here's his elbow. And this arm here goes up. And to a point like that, we're not going to draw his hand. We'll draw the other arm. And that's tucked in to that part. And then the other arm comes up and comes around the other side. And the fingers, well, they kind of peek out that side. And that worked pretty well. And there's his button. And now for his feet. Let's kind of define the shape that we started with, and let's put a heel in it. And this one here, same thing. Now let's put a shadow underneath his foot. Maybe a little one going out that way. Now what's also going to make this work better is some cartoon effects and accessories. Even a sound effect, tap. Tap, he's tapping his foot impatiently. All right, what else? Some wavy lines to show he's steaming mad. You know what? He doesn't look angry yet. Enough. I'm going to make this line up here like that. His teeth are clenched. Where were you? That's what he's saying right here. This is a great one. Let's put a belt on him. I like that. You know what? I'm going to put a little color into him. Now, body language, very important, because sometimes, you ever recognize somebody coming from a distance? You can't even see who it is yet, right? But just by the way someone walks or stands, you say, oh, I know who that is. So-and-so's coming down here. Because that's how important body language is. All right, let's do another one. Now I got a great type for you. Everyone's favorite, a mermaid. So let's start with a U right about here. All right, now we're going to make her very pretty. She's going to be smiling. And I'm bearing down hard on my marker here because in one shot I'm going to make it look like lipstick instead of doubling the line. Now for her nose, watch what I do. Just a little check like that. and big eyes, half circles, and some cheeks, and big eyes. That was the white part, actually. This is the eyes. And I leave a little white in the eyes. Big eyelashes, and eyebrows, and for her teeth. All right, now let's give her bangs. And this side here will come out and give some fluffy hair. And this side here, we're going to come around and kind of tuck it in her shoulder. You'll see her shoulder in a second. Now there's her neck. And let's do a little shadow there. And some big earrings. And okay, now her whole body is going to be supported on the weight of this shoulder and arm. So there's the shoulder, and here's the arm. There's a forearm. And for our cartoon hands, I'm just going to do that. We're not going to add a lot of detail. Okay, now here's her other shoulder, and we'll draw her wearing a bathing suit. Now, the bottom part, of course, she's a mermaid, so we're going to, there's the part where it gets tied. So right here, we make a real nice, graceful line, and come around. She'll be sitting, and here's the fin. And let's put her on a big stone or rock. And let's put some detail on her, some scales. Let's see, let's continue the hair. And up here, we'll put a mountain. Maybe there's a mountain behind her. So she's between a rock and a hard place here. Let's put some water in the background. That's shaping up pretty nice. Now, tell me what this is over here, folks. Ready? Direct your attention over here. See what I'm doing? Okay, see that? That's 2 feet above sea level. All right, let's continue. And now I'm going to color this one in. All right, I'm going to use my tuning pencils for this one. Who likes to draw cartoons? Raise your hand out there. You like to draw cartoons? I like to draw cartoons. I used to draw cartoons all the time when I was a little boy. And I used to draw cartoons with my sister. She used to teach me how to draw. And we used to play this like cartooning game. She would make a line, then I would make a line, and she'd make a line, and before you know it, she used to draw real well. Mine looked sort of like what hers was, but not completely. Let's put a little red on her cheeks. But that's how you do it. You know what, I'm going to use some chalks for her hair. Cover a lot of ground that way. I'll lay it on its side. Let the tool work for you. Let's see, now for down here, how about green? Yep. And I'll leave that white space in the middle because if she was like a fish, she might be a little shiny. So that indicates that in the center. All right, a little bit of water, color for the water. 2 feet above sea level. All right, let's move on. I got another one for you. And I'll tell you what I'd like to draw now for you. A definition. But in cartoon world, we call them definitions. Now, a cartoon, bonk. Let's get rid of the bonk here. In cartoon world, we'll call them definitions. Now, let me draw something for you. All right, you ready? The cartoon definition of a cartoonist is a drawer. All right, let's keep going now. All right, I got a great sketch for you. I'm going to draw a grandmother type. Now this will be a silly grandmother type at that, and we'll start with an oval. Now follow along, we're going to take this step by step. We have an oval, and that's the bottom part of her face. Now we'll put a circle for her nose, and 2 big circles for her eyes, and little dots for her eyes. That's the glasses, actually. And that part goes back onto the ears, and a line like that for the side of her face. Now right there, she's not smiling, so let's have her smile. Let's give her 1 tooth coming out. That looks funny. Now, what's going to make her look like the grandmother, and not the grandfather here, is the hair. And right over the whole facial, all the features here, I'm going to put some big bangs, and right here, a bun. Now, we've got her face done. Put her neck in. And a little shadowing over there. Give it a little three-dimensional look. Now, we're going to draw her body. Now, when you draw her body, it's really just a series of triangles. And what we'll do is we'll draw them in with a little detail, and you've got it made. Now, we'll start with a triangle here for the top part, a triangle here for the bottom, and some shapes for her feet. And let's put her neck in, some lace for her collar. And let's give her an apron. And now, let's define those shapes a little bit. See, once you have the thing blocked out, the rest is sort of easy. Okay, now I'll put her arms in. Let's have it on her hips. Yeah, like that. Now this arm here, we're going to have it out because she'll be holding a pie. She's the kind of grandmother that bakes pies. Now for her hand, it's really just a triangle shape. See that? Now we'll put the pie on it. So here's the crust. And here's the pie. And there's little lines and some wavy lines like this to show it's steaming hot. And let's make it polka dots. Oh, she's a great type. Look at that. All right, let's do another one. And now let's draw a scientist, a mad scientist. That's a great type. And we'll start with a diamond shape. And then another shape like this. He's going to be a very short, squat type character. Okay, now let's do the face now. The face, his nose is like a 6, a backwards 6. And for the eyes, we're going to give him very small eyes, beady eyes, because he's very sinister. And some puffiness underneath. And he's not nice, so we're going to have his eyebrows down like he's angry. But what's going to make him look sinister is the big smile. Now the smile goes underneath his nose. You see this? This is the top part. Use the rest of that shape up for his mouth and have his teeth way out with a line across like that. You can almost hear him laughing. That was me, actually. And here's his ears. And now what's going to make him look like a mad scientist? What else? The hair. A big unkempt mane here. Great character. Now, on the shape that we have here for the body, make a line like that for his lab coat being open, and we'll put his tie in. There's his collar. Now the tie, which is a V, very small there you can see. And here's the tie. And then the other part of the tie coming out the other side. You want him to look a little sloppy because he's not concerned about style. Here's the lapels for his lab coat. And now his feet. Now, he's going to be very short and squat, as I said. So let's give him little legs with funny cartoon feet. Now these are very unrealistic proportions. And these are some great types. And you can maybe one day actually sell your cartoons. Now I know you're only doing it for fun now, because it is fun. But one day, someone's going to come to you and say, hey, you know, I'd like you to do a sketch for me. I have an idea here. I have a flyer I need for my business or whatever. Let's see what else. Now we need his hands. Let's see. This hand here, I'll have him coming out like that. Give him skinny arms like that. And let's give him a fist. And let's see, what can we put over here? All right, let's put he's holding his latest experiment. And it's in the form of a beaker here. And there's the stuff. And then a big puff of smoke comes out. And let's see, in cartoon world, we can even have a face on that as sinister as him. I like that. Put a blackboard behind him for some props. And let me see, 3 plus 2 equals, he's got a question mark, he's still working on that one. Take a look at this guy, and I'll play you some sinister music for this one. All right, I'm scared. How about you? You scared? All right, got another one now. Now let's draw Bunk, my ancestor. A great caveman type. And it all starts with a nose this time. We're not going to draw the whole body. We're going to start with his nose and some eyes, which are 2 circles and some black dots inside. Now watch this. This is where I said make your art tool work for you. Go back and forth. And let's give him an ear. One on each side. And an eyebrow up. And right in here, a smile right over everything you've already drawn. And let's give him some floppy hair down here. You know, he used to have, I told you, he taught cartooning way back then, and he had his own little show. All the other people was coming into the cave, and it was called Cartooning with Bonk. And let's see, for his body now, we're going to draw a triangle, just like when we draw the old woman. So let's see, we'll draw a triangle, and then right here, we're going to make a diagonal line like that, a little curved, because that's going to be his outfit, which is an animal skin. That's how they used to dress back then. And over here, let's see, we'll give him his arms, and I'll be holding a pencil. And a lot of people don't know this either about Bonk, but Bonk invented the pencil. That's right, he invented the pencil. And right after he invented the pencil, he invented the eraser. That's right, because he made a lot of mistakes. And over here, let's see, his arm will be out. And he is looking at, he's showing his latest invention. The wheel of features will be behind him. There you go. It says wheel of features up there, and here's the stand. Now let's put his feet in. Let's see, just 2 lines with one in the center. And let's put his feet, let's give him funny caveman feet. Some toes, and come back. Really funny, really big feet. And they're very big, actually, maybe a little too big. Well, we tried. And let's put a background on them. And there's the wheel of features. Wheel of features can create thousands, well, many, many faces. See, back then they didn't even have numbers yet. They didn't invent numbers, so just say many faces, some cartoon effects and accessories. He's shaking the pencil, showing you. This is a picture of Bonk when he was teaching his class. And I like it so much, I'm going to put a little color into it. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, a little light peach here. This is called the Bigfoot style of cartooning. Literally, the Bigfoot in this case. We put a little green. And let's see what else we can do. Oh, I know. Some brown for his hair. He's got a lot of hair. All right. Let's see, some orange for his outfit. And I think we're running out of time. So, there you have it. A lot of cartoon types to add to your little bag of tricks. And next up, the feature of the day. Now this feature is called Make Paul Tall, and it starts with a drawing of Paul. So let's do that right here. Let's start with his nose. And a big old smile. Oh, he's happy. And some eyes. And his eyebrows, and here's his ear. Another ear over here. And his facial outline. And some hair. Okay, now for his body. Here's his neck. And his collar. And his shoulders. And we're not going to draw his whole body, because that's the effect, which you'll see in a second. You're going to like this one. Here's his hand. And his other arm. And his other hand. Right here. Now, we'll draw his waist with, he's wearing a belt. And that's pretty much all we're going to do right here. Now, you could color this in, and I have a finished version of this. Now, on another piece of paper, what you want to do is make 3 lines. 1, 2, 3, and on the bottom, put a couple shoes in there. And then get a scissors, and cut out right up until that line. And around here you can be a little looser. And on the other side, right along that line. And I'll show you what that looks like because I have one already done for you. And it will look like this. And I have it all colored in as well. Okay, now I have a finished version of Paul as well that we just drew. And right below his waist, right about here, I cut a slit the width of his pants right there. So what I'm going to do is take the legs and insert it right through the slit. And this is the cool part. We start with Paul small, actually, right there. And here we go. Ready? We're going to make Paul tall. Whoa, look at that. Pretty tall, huh? He's about 6'18". How's that? Let's do it again. Put him back up here. He's small. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Next up, cartoon doodle tricks. Now, today's doodle tricks are going to deal with a very weighty subject, heavy cartoons, and I've got some friends that stop by because they love doodle tricks. How you doing, guys?
Hi. How you doing?
Good. Okay, our first one is going to deal with a very heavy subject, a pig. Pig is very heavy, and pigs have curly tails, right? So let's draw a curly tail. And right in the center, we're going to make a circle and two lines because this is going to be the pig's face. And some floppy ears. Close that line up a little bit. Here's his big body. And let's put some feet on him. And some back feet there. And there it is, except for one thing. We forgot his curly tail. Like that?
Yeah.
That's easy to do. Okay, let's do another one. Now this time, we're also going to deal with something very heavy. A thin guy. Here's his nose. Here's his smile. And here's his face. And let's give him a happy expression. Okay, let's put his body in. His bow tie. And his arm. Well, his arm comes around like this. And his hand, it's in his pocket. And here's the rest of his suit jacket. And here's his stomach. And his leg. Well, and his feet. And there he is. Not a very heavy guy, is he? But with one line here, we can show you that he was a lot thinner before he ate his dinner. And here's his hand on his stomach, and even a sound effect, a burp, and now we got a heavy cartoon. And that's all the time we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you did at home. And for our Blitz tip today, there's no such reality as something for nothing. If you really want something, you have to work at it, don't you?
Yeah.
And our Blitz tip says it all, because they that would have fruit must first climb the tree. You got these people looking up the tree. They want the apples where the success is, and they're looking, but they have to go practicing first. And he's saying, looks pretty high. He doesn't know if he can make it. I'm Bruce Blitz saying, thanks for being with me, and help me out, guys.
Keep on cartooning.